But before we begin, this is Layer 2. If you have not seen Layer 1 yet, I suggest that you watch it first. Let us delve deeper.
This is...
I love everything about this video. Published 15 years ago on 17 million views. It begins as though it's a tutorial, showing if you change the URL of YouTube to have 666 at the end, eventually if you refresh over and over, you can find a hidden user on YouTube. Something about the old browser, YouTube layout, and Windows XP settings and sounds remind me so much of this era of the internet. After refreshing a lot, the homepage of YouTube begins to change. All of the thumbnails swap to errors with 666 showing. Finally, the channel appears. Once clicking on the channel, the entire page is covered in blood. All the videos appear almost like AI art, although AI art wasn't possible at the time. The view count sits on 666 for all videos. If unaware, 666 is a scary number. The user gets scared and tries to go back, but it won't let them. They can't pause the video either. They have effectively lost control of their computer at this point. Not even closing the browser works. As a last attempt, they try Task Manager and turning off their PC with no luck. The video ends with frantic movement, followed by a hand coming out of the screen. On April 15, 2009, a mysterious video appeared on the creepy blog channel titled "I Feel Fantastic" and quickly went viral. The original creator took it down and has been silent for years. Little is known about him other than his name being John Bergeron. But somewhat recently, the video was re-uploaded and has started gaining attention again. The video shows an animatronic mannequin singing. The voice and music are both eerie, to say the least. Once the video was uploaded to YouTube, it quickly gained a reputation as one of the most unsettling videos online. This was not only due to Tara's eerie singing, but also because of the unusual layout of the house in the video and the mysterious shots of an empty field. The person who posted the video didn't provide any context, which led to various theories about its origin. One rumor that circulated was that Tara was a creation of a serial killer who dressed her in the clothes of their victims. As for the shots of the empty field, some speculated that these might be the locations where the victims were hidden. There was even a theory that Tara had turned on her creator as no one had heard from John Bergeron and he couldn't be reached since the video's release. However, it's important to note that none of these creepy stories about Tara have any basis in reality. It's suspected that John Bergeron simply withdrew from the internet because he was being harassed by fans. One person who seems somewhat credible wrote, "She was created by John as a prototype for a singing robot project, but gave up because of how difficult it was and how hard it is to configure the mannequin, which is why he can only turn the head and hands. Tara's voice bank is extremely limited, which gives her a creepy monotone sound. It's either that or John is very bad at tuning her. The only problem is that John is limited in his resources when it comes to music, and it shows that he's not well versed in filmography, which is why his videos come off as creepy. The scenic shots that were shown in a few of his videos, the most notable one in I Feel Fantastic, are done for a cinematic effect and not as a subliminal message. He also works on other projects as well, such as Quasar Music. A friend of his mentioned that John was devastated because he is being harassed online and being called a murderer, and wishes for his name to be cleared of the false accusations. A glimpse into the dark side of internet fame. Uploaded on the 26th of December 2008 with over 500,000 views. The video shows animatronics of laughing sailors. There is something uncanny and eerie about them, but Honestly, that seems to be the case with most robots that are attempting to mimic human actions, like we just saw with the previous video. This user has only uploaded one video, and this is it. In the description, they claim to have made the animatronics themselves. On almost 3 million subscribers with over 600 million views, there's a good chance you've heard about Poppy, especially if you're into the heavy music scene. Originally started as an art project, featuring a pale blonde girl called Poppy in a White Void, I feel the intention was always to transition into a musical act. There was something intriguing and uncomfortable enough about it all that seemingly grabbed everyone's attention. One of their first and most famous videos was simply titled, "I'm Poppy." The video consists of 10 minutes of Poppy saying,
Poppy, I'm 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 Poppy.
And that's it. 28 million views. Internet investigators tried to understand what they were watching and work out who Poppy was. Her whole existence, whilst originally a fabricated rabbit hole, has over the years turned into a real one. From lawsuits to bad record deals, pop star to metal icon, to recently cutting ties with her former creative partner, Titanic Sinclair. There is a lot of lore here I'm not able to fully cover over the past decade. These days, she is signed to Sumerian Records as an experimental metal artist, and honestly, her music is pretty great.
Warning, warning. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. 5 days ago, a viral outbreak had happened in the city of New York that has continually started to spread quickly through the streets. At first, it appeared to be another strain of the COVID-19 disease and was being treated as such, but quickly it has become apparent that this is not COVID-19.
The Alert World channel started in 2009 and has over 21 million views. The channel is truly like no other. They create beautifully animated broadcast interruptions. It reminds me somewhat of the old Fallout visuals. It's a bit confusing as the channel's so old, yet the oldest videos are currently only a year old. A lot of their videos revolve around SCP containment breaches. Incredibly briefly, the SCP Foundation is a fictional secret group described in a collaborative writing project with the same title. In the universe created on this website, this foundation has the job of capturing, securing, and researching different inexplicable phenomena, often referred to as anomalies or SCPs, which include things that are paranormal, supernatural, or simply puzzling and unexplainable by science. All the while, their primary mission is to ensure that the general public remains unaware of these phenomena. I really love this channel and think the quality of all their work is just incredible. Do check them out if you like this sort of thing. Verification for this video's true origin does not exist, but the story goes. In the 1980s, this Kleenex advertisement was airing in Japan. After complaints, it was taken off the air. Another aspect of this urban legend centers around the commercial's cast and crew dying or meeting horrible tragedy shortly after the ad ran on television. But these claims are murky and unsubstantiated at best. Allegations over what became of the actress in the commercial, Keiko Matsuzaka, are as varied as they are bizarre. Some claim that she gave birth to a demon baby and died, while others say she took her own life after being institutionalized. However, Matsuzaka is very much alive and has enjoyed a successful acting career since filming the Kleenex ad. Japanese viewers unfamiliar with the commercial's jingle were allegedly disturbed by the eerie melody and high yet flat vocals. A theory emerged that the jingle was actually an ancient German curse with the lyrics "Die, die, everyone is cursed and will be killed." In reality, the jingle is the song "It's a Fine Day" sung by Jane Lancaster with lyrics by Edward Barton.
They look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight.
There is a lot of uncertainty surrounding this video. but I think in reality it was just a misfire by the advertising team, similar to that of the PS3 baby commercial. Yep, that's it. That's the entire video. Over 14 million views. Maybe I should change my channel to be more like this. Published on the 26th of November 2009 by Neko1 and a few weeks later reposted to a YouTube channel with the same name as the video, to much larger success. The video sits around a combined view count of 6 million. This video is designed to accompany a creepypasta. The animated sequence begins with Mickey Mouse walking, looking sad. As the strange noise grows louder and more intense, the background begins to distort in bizarre ways, turning into a nightmarish scene. Mickey's expression starts to twist into a disturbing grin. By the 7th minute, the garbled cry turns into a painful scream. Mickey's face keeps changing, with his eyes and mouth getting larger, while buildings around him start to crumble, collapse, and burn. In the 8th minute of the clip, Mickey runs in panic, his face looking terrifying, and the screaming reaches a painful pitch. The description of this video goes into greater depth of the backstory, claiming that this was an unreleased video from the 1930s and supposed rumors surrounding the piece. This is honestly incredibly similar to the Squidward suicide situation that was covered in the first layer. This is a fake advertisement for ice cream.
I eat little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young.
The narrator in the video claims that the reason why his skin is so perfect is because he eats so much of little baby's ice cream. The way everything is said, the lack of any blinking, and the tone of the entire thing is about as eerie as everything else we've seen. This video is 11 years old, has over 20 million views, and is often seen as a classic of this weird genre.
Little baby's ice cream.
This video shows a teddy bear going through surgery. All parts of the body represent personal traits and feelings rather than what we usually see in human anatomy. Many parts of him, from his bonbon layer, which acts as his ribs and are supposedly responsible for making him sweet, have been damaged by cigarettes. This entire video comes across as a metaphor for growing up. Whilst we were all once filled with wonder and happiness, the realities of the world have had their impact. It shows Teddy's heart was broken by a bad boy, and this has hindered his ability to love, much like a bad breakup making us scared to date again. It's a very well-made video.
His heart's heart. Don't worry, the doctor will give you a new one. And look, here is a new child for you to love. I think we've done it. It's time to seal Teddy back up. Just look at the doctor putting Teddy back together again. The operation is complete, and soon Teddy will be all better again. Good night, Teddy. I hope you get well soon.
This channel probably was never intended to be as well known as it is. Started in 2013 with over 27 million views. WebDriver Torso is a YouTube account known for automated performance testing that gained attention in 2014 due to the speculation surrounding its purpose and the humorous content in some of its videos. This channel was established by Google on March 7th, 2013, and it started posting videos on September 23rd of that same year. These videos typically feature basic slides with accompanying beeping sounds. There were lots of rumors about this account until Google came out and clarified that it was just an automated channel used for testing. This is a case of reality being so much more boring than fiction.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, The Max Headroom story.
Max Headroom is a fictional character portrayed by actor Matt Frewer. Marketed as the first computer-generated TV host, Max was known for his sharp comments on various current topics, his conceited humor, his stuttering, and his voice that changed in pitch. While Max was promoted as being computer-generated, he was, in reality, portrayed by actor Frewer using prosthetic makeup, special contact lenses, and a molded plastic suit while sitting in front of a blue screen. Careful lighting and other editing and recording tricks were used to enhance the illusion of a computer-generated character. According to the creators, Max's personality was intended to be a satirical exaggeration of the negative traits seen in television hosts from the 1980s, who aimed to connect with youth culture despite not being a part of it themselves. Frewer suggested that Max embodied an innocence shaped more by the information he absorbed from television than by real-life experiences or mentors. But I'm pretty sure that's not the reason why he's on this list. On November 22nd, 1987, a TV pirate with a Max Headroom mask hacked into WT.2 Channel 11 in Chicago, Illinois, to interrupt the broadcast of Doctor Who. He rambled on and on about random stuff not making much sense. His words were hard to understand. Naturally, a lot of people found this creepy. Not just the audio and the visuals, but the way the TV channel was hijacked by this man. To this day, no one knows who was behind this and what, if anything, they were trying to say.
How do I meet the strangest men? They always seem to find me. Remember that time way back when I kissed a guy who ate his women friends?
Possibly in Michigan is a musical horror story from 1983 about two young girls and a cannibal named Arthur. Two women, Sharon and Janice, are shopping at a department store for perfume. They are being followed by a man dressed in a black suit and tie with a mask. Strangely, there are no other people in the store. Both women are known for attracting violent men and making it seem like the violence is the man's idea. The man following them, named Arthur, shares these tendencies. While shopping, Janice mentions that a perfume smells like her mother's crazy sister, Kate, who once tragically put her pet poodle in a microwave to dry it. Janice notices Arthur, and both women quickly leave the store. They wonder why men can become so strange and question whether it's Sharon's responsibility to deal with them. After driving home, they part ways, but Arthur continues to follow them. He stands outside Sharon's house waiting for Janice to leave. A voiceover explains that Arthur has worn many masks and forgotten who he truly is. He approaches the front door, removes his mask, revealing his handsome face, and rings the doorbell. Sharon, who was asleep, wakes up and goes to answer the door. When she sees Arthur, she drops to the ground and calls Janice. Janice arrives and points a gun at Arthur, shooting him multiple times, but he keeps moving closer. Sharon calls Janice, referring to the intruder as an animal. Arthur picks up a stone from Sharon's yard, revealing a decayed face underneath, and uses it to break into the bedroom window. Janice escapes and shoots at various masked figures. Arthur comes up behind Sharon, saying, "The better to eat you with, my dear," in a distorted voice. Sharon turns around and she and Arthur kiss. Arthur strikes her and offers her two choices. He can eat her or remove her limbs and eat them. Sharon asks why, and Arthur says it's for love. Janice shoots another masked figure and arrives at Sharon's front door. Arthur, holding a knife, starts choking Sharon, mentioning that she smells good. Sharon asks if there have been others, and Arthur says there have been 6. Sharon agrees to be the 7th. Janice points her gun at Arthur and fatally shoots him. Sharon is disgusted with herself. The women lay Arthur's body on newspapers and begin to dismember him. using his remains to make soup. While eating the rest of his flesh, Janice spots a masked man outside the window, but he hides before Sharon can see him. They wrap Arthur's bones in newspapers and dispose of them in a trash bag left on the curb. A garbage truck comes and takes away the evidence. I think this video is absolutely fantastic, and I strongly recommend watching it if you have the time. The SeinfeldSpitStain Channel is similar to a lot of the content I was talking about during the first layer. It's a channel of 30 unique animations that mostly seem to parody cartoons and pop culture. I'll briefly talk about some of their most popular work. Jimmy Neutron, Happy Family Happy Hour on 18 million views. The video shows Jimmy Neutron's dad killing his wife and then taking Jimmy hostage for bonding time. They order pizza, but once it arrives, something unexpected happens.
Here's your pizza.
The pizza is aggressive.
Oh shit.
A year later, the sequel was released. This shows Jimmy Neutron in a grave, and as it zooms out, many bad memes are shown on tombstones, eventually showing they're at the dead joke cemetery. The Talk, on 2.3 million views, is an edit of a scene from the movie where the dad has to explain that rockets aren't for kids and that he's grounded.
Son, you just can't go around playing with big people, fiery, flying, things.
Whilst all the examples I've shown involve Jimmy Neutron, that's not what his channel is entirely about. They just happen to be their most popular videos. Now, this is a weird one with no real certainty. Blank Room Soup shows two characters called Ray Ray and a man eating something with a big spoon. It's hard to make out if the man is crying or laughing. There were rumors about this video coming from the dark web and being some kind of snuff film or torture video. Usually, this would easily be debunkable, but things get a bit weird. The creator of these characters, Raymond Percy, has quite a resume. Having worked on both The Simpsons and Frozen, he had created these characters for live performances, but one day, 2 of the costumes were stolen. Later, he was emailed this video. This all took place over a decade ago, and he has no reason to lie about this, as the project finished so long ago. We may never know the truth of this clip, but it sure is creepy. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to interact with this video before going back to reality. And until next time, keep fearing the living.